Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. Big college football slate today, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Working our way to 22.4K subs, guys. So make sure you make that happen. Check out all my betting links in the description below. Really good promos, guys. Especially with FanDuel. They got a 50% profit boost on any college football parlay today, which they've pretty much had every weekend, which has been awesome. So go ahead and take advantage of that and other good promos with other sports books as well in the description below. So get on top of that. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Big slate of games today. A lot of great action. First matchup, we've got Marshall versus Ohio State. Ohio State opening up as let's see, Ohio State, a 39.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 52.5. Marshall coming into this matchup 1-1. Ohio State 2-0. Let's see, head to head, they've played each other twice. Ohio State is 2-0 in those meetings. Marshall coming off a Virginia Tech loss. Ohio State, they're coming off a 56-0 win against Western Michigan. Back-to-back games, they've put up 50-plus points here. So Ohio State, they've looked really good through 2 games here today for this season. Marshall 0-6 on the road. Not a good road team. Ohio State 10-0 in September, 8-0 at home, 6-1 covering at home right now. Yeah, I just think that don't know how Michigan State. I don't know how Marshall's going to really keep up. To be honest, here. Yeah, I like Ohio State to dominate this game, and yeah, give me Ohio State minus 39.5 today. Throw them in a teaser. Next matchup, we've got NC State versus Clemson. Clemson opening up as an 18.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 44. NC State coming into this matchup 2-1. Clemson 1-1. NC State, they are coming off a La Tech win 30-20. Clemson coming off a 66-20 win against App State. Big bounce back after getting dominated against Georgia in week 1. NC State quarterback issues today. Grayson McCall not going to play, so CJ Bailey's going to play at quarterback. Tell you what, it's going to be tough for a backup to play on the road in Clemson. I think it's going to be very tough. NC State 0-9 on the road against Clemson, 3-16 against Clemson. They've been very bad against Clemson here. Clemson 5-0 at home. Yeah, coming off a game where they really need it. I think Clemson keeps it rolling here. I just don't trust NC State with Grayson McCall out and a freshman quarterback and CJ Bailey playing. Yeah, I don't love that here. Give me Clemson minus 18.5 and money line at home today. Next matchup, we've got let's see, we got Arkansas State versus Iowa State. Iowa State opening up as a 21-point home favorite with the over-under at 52. Arkansas State coming into this matchup 2-1. Iowa State 2-0. Arkansas State coming off a Michigan loss 28-18. Played Michigan pretty well. 21-point underdogs, played them decent. Iowa State coming off a 20-19 win against Iowa. Offense really hasn't been there for Iowa State this season. For these first two games, they scored 21 and 20 consecutively here. Arkansas State 13-4-1 covering the spread. You like to see that from a big dog. And man, I don't know. I like Arkansas State here. Plus the points. They were 21-point dogs against Michigan. Played Michigan really well. Only losing by 10. Similar game here. Iowa State hasn't scored more than 21 points this season here. So, yeah, give me a shot with Arkansas State plus 21 today. Next matchup, we've got Arkansas versus Auburn. Auburn opening up as a 2.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 56. Arkansas coming into this matchup 2-1. 2-1. Auburn 2-1 as well. Arkansas coming off a UAB win 37-27. Auburn, they're coming off a New Mexico win 45-19. Arkansas 5-0 covering on the road here. If you look at the numbers, they haven't been good head-to-head. They're 1-7 against Auburn. 2-6 covering against Auburn. They haven't been that great, but I like Arkansas though. I just think the offense is better this year. Auburn didn't look too horrible with their freshman quarterback they had last week. But man, I really like Arkansas as a dog today. The run game's great. Kalen Green's been really good for Arkansas. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a point here, and I'm gonna get Arkansas plus 3.5 on the road today. Should be a good one. Next matchup, we've got Buffalo versus NIU. NIU cracking the top 25 here. They're 13 points home favorites with the over/under at 43. Buffalo coming into this matchup 2-1. NIU 2-0. Buffalo coming off a UMass win 34-3. NIU, they're coming off that big Notre Dame win 16-14. Yeah, getting in rankings now. We'll see if they're for real. Buffalo 1-12 against Northern Illinois. 1-5 on the road against NIU. They have been very bad against NIU here. Yeah, NIU 9-1 in their last 10 head-to-head is kind of crazy. And yeah, NIU breaking the top 25, coming off a big Notre Dame win here, dominant against Buffalo. I think we got to take NIU minus 13 in money line at home today. Next matchup, we've got Georgia Tech versus Louisville. Louisville opening up as a 10-point home favorite with the over/under at 56.5. Georgia Tech coming into this matchup 3-1. Louisville 2-0. Head-to-head, Georgia Tech is 2-1 in their only 3 head-to-head meetings. Georgia Tech coming off a VMI win 59-7. Louisville coming off a Jacksonville State win 49-14. They're also coming off their bye week. Georgia Tech 6-3 covering on the road, 6-1 covering in their last 7. Louisville 13-1 at home. I mean, they're a really good home team. Yeah, I mean, Georgia Tech, they've been good. Very surprisingly good start for them. They had the tough loss against Syracuse. Louisville hasn't really played anyone good yet. They played Austin Peay and Jacksonville State. And Georgia Tech's been solid. Haynes King's been pretty solid here. I'm liking the points. With Georgia Tech, you get a nice ACC matchup. Gonna buy a half a point. Give me Georgia Tech plus 10.5 on the road today. Next matchup, we've got Kent State versus Penn State. Penn State opening up as a 48.5-point home favorite with the over/under at 55.5. Penn State coming into this matchup 0-3. Penn State 2-0. Head-to-head, Penn State's 5-0 in their 5 head-to-head meetings all time. Kent State 0-3 so far. They're coming off a 71-0 loss against Tennessee. That's really as bad as it probably gets in football. Penn State, they're coming off a close Bowling Green win, 34-27. Disappointing game from Penn State, 34-point favorites, and they only score 34 points. So not very good. The defense hasn't been great for Penn State here, especially coming at that Bowling Green game. I mean, they scored all over them. But Kent State 0-5 against Penn State, 0-5 on the road against Penn State here. Really hard to trust Kent State plus the points when they're coming off a 71-0 loss against Tennessee. Yeah, they were 50-point dogs last game and lost 71-0. I just don't know if I could trust Kent State to score today. So I think we got a big game for Penn State. Give me Penn State minus 48.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got Miami, Ohio versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame opening up as a 27.5-point home favorite with the over/under at 43.5. Miami, Ohio coming into this matchup 0-2. Notre Dame 2-1. Head-to-head, Notre Dame is 1-0 in their only head-to-head meeting. They won 52-17 in that meeting. Miami, Ohio. They've only offense hasn't really been there. They scored 16 last game and then 6 Notre Dame, they're coming off a 66-7 win against Purdue. Look, we saw what happened against NIU, taking that loss, and they really took it out on Purdue last week. Yeah, I think Notre Dame is staying back on this hot train, especially after last week. They're 5-1 covering the spread right now. Yeah, I got to take Notre Dame minus 27.5 at home today. Next matchup, we've got UCLA versus LSU. LSU opening up as a 21-point home favorite with the over-under at 56.5. UCLA coming into this matchup 1-1. LSU 2-1. UCLA coming off a 42-13 loss against Indiana. UCLA team really doesn't look that good offensively. I mean, look, they scored 16 against Hawaii, 13 against Indiana. Offense hasn't been there. You got LSU offensively been great, coming off a big South Carolina win, 36-33. Yeah, the offense has been there. USC's looked pretty good. UCLA, I mean, man, it's just hard to trust UCLA. They can barely score. Yeah, don't love it. LSU 11-0 at home, dominant at home here. I just don't love the Bruins today, and I gotta buy a half a point. We're gonna take LSU minus 20.5 at home today. I think they should dominate UCLA. Next matchup, great rake matchup today. We've got USC versus Michigan. USC opening up as a 4.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 44. USC coming into this matchup 2-0. Michigan 2-1. Head-to-head, USC is 2-0, and there are only 2 head-to-head meetings. USC coming off a Utah State win 48-0. So far, they look really good this season. Michigan coming off an Arkansas State win, but nothing great. The quarterback situation's been a mess. They're benching Warren today. They're starting Alex Orji. We saw them get exposed against Texas. Just the quarterback problems are a real problem this year. Neither of them looks good. I mean, Orji's played. He doesn't look that good. Then you got Miller Moss on the other side. Been very good for USC. And I just don't know if I could trust Michigan. Home dogs, which is very intriguing. They're good, 19-1 at home. They're really good at home, but I just don't trust this offense here. I mean, 28 points, 12 points. You don't really love that. And yeah, going to be a battle here, but I just love the offense from USC. And USC was able to stop the run last week. Only held Utah State to 87 yards rushing, played well. Yeah, I just trust this USC offense more than I do Michigan as a whole. The quarterback play's just been so bad. They've been struggling to get points. I'm going to take the team that can get points. Give me USC minus 4.5 and money line on the road today. Next matchup, we've got Utah versus Oklahoma State. Utah opening up as a 1-point road favorite with the over-under at 53.5. Big matchup today. Both teams coming into this matchup 3-0. The big news is it looks like Cam Rising is playing today for Utah. He missed last game. Utah coming off a Utah State win 38-21. Oklahoma State, they're coming off a 45-10 win against Tulsa here. Yeah, this is going to be a battle here. Utah, they are 5-1 against the Big 12. Just 1-5 covering the spread. Not very good covering the spread right now. Oklahoma State 7-0 at home. They've been very good at home here. Yeah, this is a very tough matchup here. I mean, in a real pick'em scenario here, getting Oklahoma State at home. Offense has looked really good. Bowman's looked really good at quarterback here. Utah's been good. It's been the quarterback play, with Cam Rising being hurt. Haven't had too much consistency there. They've struggled at times on offense. Defense has been good for Utah here. We're gonna get a battle. Oklahoma State's defense has been pretty good too, especially coming off of holding Tulsa to 10 points here. Yeah, real battle, but I like the home team here. In Oklahoma State, this is going to be a very good game. Give me Oklahoma State money line at home today. Next matchup, we've got, let's see, we've got Vanderbilt versus Missouri. Missouri opening up as a 20-point home favorite with the over-under at 52.5. Missouri coming into this matchup 3-0. Vanderbilt 2-1. Head-to-head, Missouri's 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head here. Yeah, Missouri 8-2 covering the spread right now. 6-0 at home. Vanderbilt 1-7 in their last 8. They're 0-9 against the SEC right now. Vanderbilt coming off a Georgia State loss. Crazy, because that was a game they were favored in. Couldn't get the win there. Missouri, they're coming off a tough Boston College win. That was a very good Boston College team. Coming off a very tough game there. 2 games prior, did not allow any points at all. So, yeah, I think we get a big game from Missouri here. I don't know how Vanderbilt's going to be able to keep up, to be honest. Yeah, give me the points at home with Missouri in this one. Let's see. Next matchup, we've got California versus Florida State. Covering a non-ranked matchup here just because I just feel like this is going to be such a watched game. Florida State opening up as a 2.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 44.5. Cal coming into this matchup 3-0. Florida State 0-3. Kind of crazy to think that Florida State's 0-3 right now, but they are. They've looked horrible. Cal 3-0 to start the season, coming off a 31-10 win against San Diego State. They've played very well indeed. They've only given up 10, 14, 13 in the last 3 games here. So holding opponents under 2 touchdowns is amazing. They got Florida State coming off a 20-12 loss against Memphis. They scored 12 and 13 in their last 2 games. Disappointing for the offense for Florida State. They've looked bad. The team looks just horrible. Defense hasn't been good. Yeah, Cal 4-1 against the ACC here. 5-2 covering the spread. There's just no chance. The Cal's actually playing good right now. 3-0. Great start to the season here. I really think they should be favorites, to be honest. But, yeah, I'm going to buy a half a point here. And, I'm sorry, I'm going to buy a full point. And we're getting Cal plus 3.5 on the road today against a very struggling Florida State team. Next matchup, we've got Miami versus South Florida. Miami opening up as a 17-point road favorite with the over-under at 64.5. Miami coming into this matchup 3-0. USF 2-1. Miami, yeah, they look amazing this season, coming off a 62-0 win against Ball State. I mean, yeah, dominating game there. Defense has been good too, only giving up 17 and 9 and then 0 last game, so they've been very good. USF coming off a Southern Miss win 49-24. And I just don't know how USF's going to keep up. Miami's been so good here. The quarterback play has been awesome. Cam Ward's been great for Miami. They're 5-1 against South Florida. 4-1 covering against South Florida here, where they've been really good. Yeah, I just got to take the points with Miami here. And 5.5 point. Taking Miami minus 16.5 in money line on the road today. Next matchup, we've got Bowling Green versus Texas A&M. A&M opening up as a 22.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 51.5. Bowling Green coming into this matchup 1-1. A&M 2-1. Bowling Green coming off of a very hard-fought Penn State loss, 34-27. A&M, they're coming off a 33-20 win against Florida. Let's see. Yeah, Connor Wegman, questionable. Remember, he missed last game, but they played well. Didn't play last game, but they played well against Florida. Bowling Green 0-6 against the SEC. Although you look at the numbers, 6-1 covering on the road, 5-1 covering in their last 6 here, but at A&M, I think it's going to be very tough for Bowling Green here. Um, yeah, I like a big win for A&M at home. Kind of get back on track. Get a nice home win. Yeah, I like the points with A&M today. I think they come out and dominate. Give me A&M minus 22.5 and money line at home today. Next matchup, another big ranked matchup. We got Tennessee versus Oklahoma. Tennessee opening up as a 6.5 point road favorite with the over under at 57.5. Both teams coming into this matchup 3-0. Tennessee, they are coming off a 71-0 win against Kent State. They've only given up 13 points this season, 10 against NC State and then 3 against Chattanooga. Oklahoma, they're coming off a Tulane win 34-19. Both teams playing great so far this season here. Tennessee, though, the offense has been awesome. Quarterback play has been great. I mean, they are putting up a lot of points. Oklahoma, the last 2 games haven't put up the most points, putting up 34 and 16. Tennessee, they're just a scoring machine. And going to be a shootout here. They're 4-1 covering the spread. Oklahoma, though, 10-0 at home. And just look at this. It's going to be a great game here. I just love the Tennessee. They actually lead the nation in scoring, 61 points per game. I just really love Tennessee today. I think they're going to come in and put up a lot of points. Going to be back and forth, I think, but I like the quarterback play better. I like the weapons on offense for Tennessee here. And I like the defense a little bit better too. I think I got to take Tennessee minus 6.5 and money line on the road in a battle. Next matchup, we got Georgia Southern versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss opening up as a 35.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 68.5. Georgia Southern coming into this matchup 2-1. Ole Miss 3-0. Head-to-head, Ole Miss is 1-0 in their only head-to-head meeting. Georgia Southern coming off a 2-game winning streak, coming off a South Carolina State win. Ole Miss, they're coming off a 40-6 win against Wake. Defensively, they have not had a touchdown on them this season. They've given up 6 against Wake, 3 against Middle Tennessee, and then they beat Furman 76-0. Ole Miss is on a mission. They're playing great. Georgia Southern 0-5 against the SEC here. Mississippi State 9-0. I'm sorry, Ole Miss 9-0 at home, 18-0 against the Sun Belt. Yeah, should be able to dominate this game. Give me the points with Ole Miss at home today. Next matchup, we got Louisiana Monroe versus the Texas Longhorns. Texas opening up as a 44.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 52.5. Louisiana Monroe they're coming into this 2-0. Longhorns 3-0. Arch Manning getting the start today. And you got Ewers coming off an injury. So, Arch Manning looked really good last game. And, he threw for 223. Able to get some rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Looked really good, Arch Manning did. Monroe coming off a 32-6 win against UAB. Texas, they're coming off a UTSA win, 56-7. Monroe 0-10 against the SEC. 0-7 on the road here. Texas 12-0 against the Sun Belt. 9-0 at home. 6-1 covering the spread. Yeah, I just think we get a dominating game from Texas. Coming off a 56-7 win against UTSA. I think we get a big Arch Manning game. I think it's going to be fun here. Should be able to dominate Monroe. Give me the points with the Longhorns at home. Next matchup, we've got Kansas State versus BYU. Kansas State opening up as a 6.5 point road favorite with the over-under at 49.5. Both teams coming into this matchup 3-0 here. Kansas State coming off a big Arizona dominating win at 31-7 against a ranked Arizona team. That was a big win for Kansas State. BYU, they're coming off a Wyoming win 34-14. Kansas State. I like the Kansas State play better. I really like the quarterback. The offense looked awesome last week, and offense playing well. 9-3 covering against the Big 12. BYU 0-5 against the Big 12. Yeah, I'm really liking Kansas State. Big game last week. Quarterback looked awesome for Kansas State. Defense was sharp. I mean, man, they held a high-powered Arizona offense to 7 here. Yeah, I gotta take Kansas State -6.5 in money line on the road today. In the last matchup, we've got Baylor versus Colorado. Let's see if I can find it on here. Let's see. All right, yeah, Colorado opening up as a 2-point home favorite with the over-under at 51.5. Both teams coming into this matchup 2-1. Baylor, they're coming off an Air Force win 31-3. Colorado coming off a big Colorado State win 28-9. Beat their in-state rivals here, kind of dominated them. Baylor 0-10 against the Big 12. 2-6 in their last 8. Baylor hasn't really played well as a whole. This is a tough one here, but you're getting Colorado at home. I mean, you got Baylor coming off a game where they held Air Force to 3, but I'm not too sold on that. Air Force has to throw the ball really, so didn't really expect too much there. Going to be hard for them to stop this Colorado offense. I think Colorado gets up. I think last week was a big step in the right direction for Colorado. Being able to be Colorado State dominant. Offense looked good. The offensive line looked good. They were actually able to protect the quarterback. Defense was able to get after the quarterback here. Yeah, I like the Buffaloes at home today, and we'll take Colorado money line today in this one. Going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.